go. We're leaving Blair Athol. Blair Castle is in the background. That's where the Duke of Athol lives. And he has a private army. I think it's Britain's only private army. I don't know what he does with them all day. Then they march them up to the top of the hill and march them down again. I'm not terribly sure. They don't seem to go and fight in the Gulf or anything like that.
It will make a turn into Blue Leader. It will make a turn into Blue Leader.
What?
It will make a turn into Blue Leader.
Why do you always put your hands up like that when you talk to me? And you're not supposed to ask me stuff. I'm making the aeroplane noise. It's my job. And they would drop bombs on people and they go, bastards, get bombs, we'll drop them in them. War was so simple in those days. But now they don't even send an aeroplane, the bomb just arrives. Turns up at your door in a taxi. You're reading the paper. So shit, I bet that's them Jehovah's Witnesses. Who is it? Bombogram. Very few people know that the first bomber delivered to the RAF in the last war was made right here in Scotland. It's a fact. They got over Germany, opened the bomb doors, and the night shift fell out. all these wee men in boiler suits. What the fuck was that? Are you twisting me, you know? What the fuck is that? I've got my cards! As you can probably see, I've put on a little weight since the last time. I've got 2 jackets and 2 shirts and some underwear on. Because it gets really cold up here. As you can see, there's little flakes of snow. We're getting higher and higher. And there's little poles all the way along the road with little red markers on them to show you where the road is when the snow comes. Signs for deer. It's getting whiter and whiter. Stranger and stranger. Colder and colder. Most extraordinary place. My God, look at the ice on this lot. Oh, that's wonderful, isn't it? This sheet ice. You realise all of a sudden why people have written so many poems and so many songs and so many extraordinary novels. You realise why Sir Walter Scott and Robert Louis Stevenson existed. Because the place just makes you want to wax lyrical about it. When you were a kid, did you ever throw stones into the water and make them bounce along? In Glasgow, they call them skiters. You know, you skiff stones along the edge of the water. Well, if you could never do it, some people could never do it, this is a place to come to. This is where you come to practice. Watch this. Nobody fails. If I'm not mistaken, that was a 14er. We'll go for a world record this time. As soon as that becomes Olympic, I'll be ready. Do you know, when you stand here, sometimes you get the feeling you're the only man on earth and that you're looking at something that has been exactly the way it looks since time began. And you know, you'd be completely wrong. It used to be radically different from the way it looks. You think it's untouched by human hand, but nothing could be further from the truth. And I'm going to introduce you to a guy who actually lives here. There's a Glaswegian who lives in the middle of all this. Ronnie Greer, come here, Ronnie.
Hey, Billy.
How you doing,
All
man?
right. I could risk taking the glove off for 2 minutes.
That's right. We actually met earlier, but we never shook hands. Well, I better take mine off.
All right, aye. In the flesh, eh?
So tell me how it did look before man got a grip of it.
Well, the strangest thing, the biggest difference, Billy, this place would be almost totally covered in a forest. Not one of the modern Sitka spruce type things, but a forest Scots pine and lots of birch and rounds and willows and alders and aspens. And also, people lived here for many, many centuries with the forest before we destroyed it during really the industrial era.
It's extraordinary because you just looking at it, you get the impression this is the way it's always been.
I remember when we first started planting trees here, there's a whole group of people doing that now. We met the Clan McWilney, you know, the people tell you it will not work and it will not grow.
And everybody's an expert.
That's right.
Guys who have come here for a walk, they suddenly know all about it.
Well, there's an awful lot of coffee table conservationists.
Yeah. And there's a huge team of two. Would you like to introduce me to your mate?
Well, listen, my friend, partner, life brother Derek Preswell.
Oh, take the glove off, there's another one underneath.
Derek Preswell. Oh, yeah, he's got the double glove thing.
Well, we're adapted to this environment.
Hey, we've been here before.
So what drew you up here to join this?
Constant nagging, come up and help me.
Yeah. So you were friends before that?
We worked at a fisheries lab together.
You were telling me earlier that the fish life in this loch depends largely not only on the plant life here, but on the tree life that should be there.
That's right. The tree leaves fell in the autumn, and along came the wee creepy crawlies, insect larvae, shrimps, and in turn the fish ate them.
Yeah.
So we looked at it from a fisheries management point of view first, and we found what actually was a fisheries management problem isn't. It's a land use problem.
Yes.
Bioclimatically, environmentally, it's similar to standing in the Cairngorm car park.
Yes.
And you look out from there and you've got this bonny purple heather, or mamba, as conservationists call it. And mamba stands for miles and miles of not a lot. And you look out and it's barren and there's no people.
It's getting really boring. These trees that fit in the machine at Irvine in Ayrshire make newspapers who talk about the environment.
It's a joke. And if you look at a real forest, there's different species of trees, there's different densities, there's different age classes. The whole thing's diversity.
Yeah.
But diversity is administratively inconvenient, as they say. You know, so you don't get that.
I must say, I admire you. But anyway, this is not getting us a swim. You ready?